Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to tonight's game of the Loyal Traitors D&D stream. I hope you're all doing well. Where last we left off, the crew had started to deal with this unknown threat that took the form of a whole lot of boats in the ocean outside of Dawnport. They did some scouting. They sunk a couple. And then the next morning had set sail to make peace counsel with the group. I want you to know, Danny, you are Pixel Man again.
Let me just turn the candle mode off.
We were fucking around with smart lights for a while. As you're making your approach, Arindel had just noticed that all of the ships on the front line were these same oddly, impossibly deep ships. One of which Hammond had sunk last night. There is a small fleet flanking your ship, Hammond. And as you are instructed to weigh anchor, you see the line of ships is parting in front of you, and a seemingly similar to all of the other ships, a ship seemingly similar to all the other ships is approaching. Though you can see the sails are a little bit, just ever so slightly more fancy. It also is waving a white flag. And you can see on board a group of ever so slightly differently dressed people to the ones you had spotted the other day. They are still in robes and still in this odd dragon turtle shell-like armor. But they have almost more of a ceremonial cape-like design to their attire. And they lower their anchor about 20 meters from the bow of your ship. And you can see there is a small sailboat that is being lowered from one of the light leaf ships to meet up with everyone on your ship. Kowalish has sent his smaller, almost oddly frog-like homunculus servant to keep an eye. Captain Caecilius and his Minotaur friend jump on board, shaking the ship so slightly. And basically the whole group is here within a few moments. As you can see, that group of figures begin to make their way towards you, and they're just walking, and then suddenly ice begins to grow off the bow of their ship, making a staircase towards yours, and they just walk right aboard. Are any of you in particular going to make yourselves look important as part of this party, or are you mostly just standing back?
I'm sitting on Booby.
Okay.
Do we see any of the... Because you said there were symbols on the side of the ship going down in the water. Now that it's closer, can any of us see that? Through, like, passive perception or anything?
Why don't you make... Yeah, just like a perception check. Passive perception, maybe not. You can, like, see them through passive perception, but actually perceiving them through the water, which is...
Right.
Moving.
Did I get the necklace back from Ruark last time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
19.
You can see the symbols. They are celestial runes, though they don't necessarily say anything. It's more representative of magic. Between what Tommen has mentioned to you guys and how he sunk the other ship and looking at them now, they are there to make this almost impossible ship possible, essentially. It's just magic to keep the ship floating how they want it to in the water. The group steps up and there is one, it appears to be a dragonborn man, similar furs to the rest, who kind of takes off his hat and with a bow says, "We are the people of Algus. We have arrived at the port of the dawn to liberate you from the tyranny which holds you." The Radiant Lord kind of falters for a second, not really expecting Tommen. Hello, I am the Radiant Lord. These are a group of individuals from throughout the city who are in some way, shape, or form part of the decision-making processes. Tyranny? One of the other members of the group speaks. "We speak, of course, of the gods. Their tyrannical rule is unneeded and causes naught but suffering. The people of Algus have learned how to circumvent gods, and thus they are unneeded."
Is the Dark One with us? I have to ask. Is he anywhere around?
Yeah. You can see
Okay.
he's kind of peeking out of the door of Tommen's captain's quarters.
Oh, okay.
He was not here when you set sail, but he's just keeping an eye. Can you give us a moment? The Radiant Lord says, and just kind of turns around with kind of a look of what the fuck on his face. Have any of you guys ever heard of this Algus place?
Not in the slightest.
No. None of you have, for the record.
No.
And you can see, like, the Urki's boss, who just kind of looked like this scribe dude, is, like, frantically ruffling through papers. Hammond, make a perception check, by the way. Just for Hammond.
21.
21. I should have had this pulled up already. I am trying to remember the name of a certain crew member on your ship whose name was in a book.
Let's see. Let me pull up the doc. Do you know what their position was? What they did?
They were the one who had been lost at sea, presumed dead. Yes, Corin. You can
Corin
see
Bryce.
on the ship that they had just come off of, near the mast, is Corin, in attire like their own.
Do any of the ships look like the
No.
Brigadian Horde that he
No.
was captain of?
No.
Okay.
But you remember the Codex Vindicta
Pointed me out.
pointed out that he was still alive and gave you the general idea that he was somewhere to the southwest. In the middle of the ocean, basically, is where you... That's what it looked like on any map you had read. You can see a couple of the other kind of members are like asking clarifying questions to the group of representatives who have come aboard your ship. You can hear one of them says, "People may come and go as they please. We only await to bring them a better understanding of the multiverse." In response to a question about whether or not people would be allowed to leave the port. The Dragonborn speaks up again. "If need be, as I can see, most of the leaders of this port are leaders of worship. We can bring our enlightenment by force. That said, until an answer is given allowing us within the city, our fleet will be close by and awaiting." The Radiant Lord at this point turns. That is mighty kind, I suppose. Where is this Algus? Algus is an island kept hidden since creation. We are not yet willing to share its location. And I am not at liberty to say the Dragon Shell has yet to give us permission.
Somewhere to the southwest, though, right?
He looks a little shaken by that. Perhaps.
Just wondering.
Over the course of up to an hour, a deal is irked out amongst the group. The people of Algus are not permitted to enter the city yet, but ships are allowed to leave the port as they please. Military action will not be taken as of yet by either side. Cold War is established, essentially, or a tenuous peace, rather. And eventually, the Godless step off your ship and back onto their own.
They're going for like a faith victory, I guess.
Sort of the opposite.
Yeah.
What you're able to glean of their philosophy over the course of the time they are on your boat talking is that they have worked out over the course of many centuries that the gods are not useful, because while they bring great power, they also bring great suffering, and their personalities often cause conflicts that are unnecessary, and they have found ways to empower oneself to act almost as a god to oneself. Essentially, they took a self-help course so good they became their own gods. And they want to share this with the world, and they don't really understand why people would be offended by this.
Consider the lobster.
But they eventually step off the boat, and you are left with the council, who are mostly flabbergasted. The Radiant Lord kind of just waves you to bring the boat back into port for now.
Before I do that, I'm gonna call out to Hep.
Yeah.
Hey, can I have a private moment with you for just a quick thing?
Oh, right.
And
Steps over.
I'll go into the captain's quarters with him in tow.
What's your passive?
Let's see. Oh, passive. 18.
Oh, the dark one's in there.
Oh, okay.
He's just kind of sitting there.
I'm all right with that. He knows things. Hey, I'll just close the door, kind of give him a nod.
He gives you a wink.
So, Hep,
Yeah.
we've kind of got a fleet, with their thumb on us right now.
It certainly looks like it, and I think part of what's rattled people is I've only heard a little bit of it. I don't have as many connections to other cities as some of these people do, but apparently talks did not go so well in Lorania. There's news of a possible all-out assault.
Well, I mean, I can't help but think, just ponder, if that old sword of yours has any more juice kicking around in it.
Might have a little bit.
Certainly seems as good a time as any.
You have to be careful with these. They tend to only work in the exact right moment. I sense one on the wind.
Well, that's something to keep in mind anyway.
For sure. Did you see, Corin?
Yeah. Kind of trying to puzzle that out too.
Me as well.
Well, I guess we should get back to port.
He nods and heads back to his ship, which was one of the ones on that was part of the fleet. And yeah, the full fleet comes in to land. The various heads of the temples make their way off. The large, muscly Goliath fist bumps Oscar on his way out. And landing in a separate boat, you can see Johannes Lightleaf kind of gets off and stretches. Arindel and crew, I think I owed you some words. I had been authorized to give more information on the Circle of Chaos. If that's a thread you're interested in picking up, now that this has been put on ice.
Booby will happily growl.
Yes, well, do you have a meeting place, or would you like to use my tower, or?
Well, we can go back to the estate.
All right. Sounds like a plan to me. Oh, yes, of course. And he just kind of flicks his wrist, and a bottle of wine appears in his hand. All right. Let's do this.
As we're
And-
walking, I'm
Mhm.
also going to ask Shamash, do you have any kind of longer distance messaging at your disposal?
Only if we start it when we're together, kind of like we did earlier. Remember?
Oh, yeah.
Don't have
Yeah,
sending.
that-
That's
won't
the
really-
longest I can do.
That won't really work for
Or
what
a
I
sending
need.
stone.
Well,
void does.
It's... I sent Loria and all the help out of town. And, we'll figure it out.
You arrive back at your estate.
I might be able to figure that out. Saying
really?
as we depending on
He is sending.
Huh?
You have sending.
I do, yeah.
Yeah.
Depending on things. What did you where'd you go earlier?
Who?
You. When you disappeared. You know, I ordered that food and you disappeared.
Oh, that. I just had to go for a piss.
Mm-hmm.
Insight, deception.
Plus 10 to insight. 27.
Yeah, 13. I had a bad roll.
Well, yeah. I mean, you know, if you ever find yourself in need of a good piss, wherever you went, that'd probably be a good place to get it or to do it.
Oh, yeah, I
Yeah.
take your point. I know where to piss.
Arriving
You
in the
people are
lab.
bizarre.
What? Oh, he found my side project. Oh, okay, fine. I have a soup kitchen. He found a soup. Like, that's where you went, right? You went there. I'm not. Don't bullshit me.
I
You
mean,
didn't piss in the
yeah.
soup, did ya?
You don't know.
No, he didn't piss in the soup.
How do you know?
I have very
Some
strict.
people sigh.
I have very strict standards for that soup kitchen. You know, that's what the owner
That's
tells
very
me.
kind
That
of
your
you.
employees
Got a soup
follow?
kitchen.
Oh, it's not mine.
What about
Friend of mine, but
Oh.
yeah.
about the sending? Yeah, could you tell
Oh,
Rhea
yeah.
that, it is like a tenuous piece right now?
I don't know if sending prepared.
So no.
Yeah. Yeah, I can do that.
Tomorrow.
No, yeah, I can do that.
Tomorrow.
People
Right.
do that thing that animals do where they kind of like snort and fall at the ground.
I mean, I would imagine we've been walking this whole time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but you guys are slow. He's a fast boy.
Got 4 legs.
Eventually, you will make your way back to the estate. And Johannes Lightleaf will sit down at the dining room table, summon himself his wine again, and a glass, and pour himself a glass of wine. Where to start? What do you know about the circle?
Right. So we know they stole something from Arinsula. We know they want what I now have from the Light Leafs. They can't get that from the Light Leafs now.
Kind of.
Yeah.
They also still need a smith
Thank you.
of godlike proportions.
Yes, so we had my brother had an alliance with them. They wanted, they didn't want that sword in specific for whatever their plans were. They wanted that sword because that was their key to getting what they needed from my brother. They were looking for a particular ritual. Elves know how to do elven high magic. It allows for the breaking of the established rules of the arcane casting of spells that are higher level than currently allowed from a single caster. And that sword was their kind of last ditch attempt to get that from my brother because they fucked up all the other plans they had, which were much less direct on their front. They were trying to stay out of our whole conflict, but they sucked at it, and they didn't do a very good job because you all were always sort of a thorn in their side. We didn't have much of a relationship, and from what I understand, it was transactional more than anything. But they were looking for the rituals on how to cast extremely powerful magic. Now, there are many things you can do with magic, from becoming a godlike being in yourself to ripping the souls out of people in a large radius around you and increasing your lifespan by however many years they all had left. But based on my research and what they are attempting to create, it looks as though they are attempting to allow something in. There's a crystal sphere that surrounds this world and protects it from invaders. It was put up by the Platinum. They're now known as the Platinum Pantheon. Though they once were known as the Heroes of the Platinum Maiden. They are saints in Ustralong now, but they put up this barrier to stop beings from other worlds tampering as much with our politics, essentially, and also, stop them from attacking us generally. Based on the materials they have acquired thus far and what they are looking for, I believe they are trying to cast a spell to allow other entities into this world. I'm not entirely sure what. I haven't gone that far, but if you are interested in continuing to hunt them, you should know their leader is not to be trifled with. He has made a deal with something, and I'm not entirely sure what, but he is not really of this plane anymore. Not exactly. We know that their origins were as protectors of a rift to the plane of dreams, and thus they probably are doing deals with beings in the far realm, as that is the next closest plane of existence. Though closeness is sort of a construct when you get to planes of infinite size. Other than that, though, there's not much intel I have left for you. Should be noted, though, Arundel, and he kind of turns to you. That sword on your hip means many things, but most important of which, you and your line have a stake in the Elven courts once again. Do you know of your family's history?
Only pieces have been shown to me through various means.
That sword is the first Moonblade, gifted by Coralon to his first descendant. It is the oldest and most powerful blade of its kind, and it gives you claim to House Coralon, which usually acts in more of an advisory role than leadership. The political party has been reforming since news came of your acquisition. Are your parents still alive?
Perhaps.
I know you do not trust me, and that's understandable, frankly. But it's important to know because you're an adventurer, you're a free spirit. I imagine you're not that interested in the political day-to-day. Someone needs to make sure that the party is not misaligned. It's all right if you don't want to give me a straight answer, but I do recommend you get a message to them that House Coralon's party is reforming and that they are no longer public enemies in the conglomeration of Sylvan Pete.
So, your kinfolk, Lightleafs, they're going to leave us alone.
Just to be perfectly honest with you, I don't know even how many of them really cared in the first place. This was very much my brother's pet project.
I'm gonna cast Comprehend Languages just off to the side.
Sure.
That's it for the moment.
Yeah, you have the Ion Stone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll let you know whether or not that triggers. I'm not sure how many of them were carrying in the first place, but my brother is aware he is at a dead end with that particular grasp at power. He has called off the Silverblade contract on your head and refocused most lightly of operatives he had in your general direction to other matters. I think the only harrying you should expect from Lightleaves at this point would be some form of gift basket in apology. Perhaps invites to some sort of diplomatic tea so he can try to get in your good favor. He's nothing if not persistent and annoying with things of that nature, but I suspect at this point he is not planning on any sort of silliness
Okay.
on that front. He's nearly 500 years younger than me. I have less than... he is less than a friendly acquaintance in my book at this point, but I do know him well enough to know that expect his slime ball personality, but not necessarily anything more than that. He's not an idiot.
Good. So when we suggest that the elves go to war, he should be on board with that.
I guess so. We shall see. We have yet to receive a fleet at our own doors, but
Oh no, not with them.
Oh,
The
with who?
circle that I'm interested in.
oh,
Those guys out there, but we'll deal with them whenever.
well, with the circle, I'm sure you could get probably. He probably feels guilty.
He should.
He's kind of smiling. This should be interesting. I'll enjoy watching this. So yes, let your parents, should they still be alive, know that they are free to return to Elfhome should they wish. As heads of the Coralon family.
Okay.
And I believe as of they were also cleared of crimes during the Elven Civil War, though that was a separate matter. Trying to think if there's anything else in particular that Oh, there was a small thing. One of you is quite tied with Dworic Rubii, yes?
I know
That
it.
would- Yeah, the dumb one.
Ah, yes. If at any point you happen to be in contact with him again, I would appreciate you let him know that I am not in on any conspiracies to harm you. He's been sending very angry letters at me since his visit to Dawnport. And angry dwarven letters tend to include explosives, and it's just a lot to clean up every time. I'd be
You
much
ever think about
appreciated.
opening them outside?
Oh, well, I open them within my experiment room, which is meant to be cleaned up. It's just, you know, it's worth asking to no longer be receiving bombs in the mail, I feel,
I guess I
But-
could see it that way. Yeah.
especially since I've been involved in this sort of thing.
Experiment
I
room.
understand.
Your mistress doesn't appreciate it. You mean?
What?
The
The experiment room.
I don't know if my husband is aware. And it's a room for me to experiment on the arcane. But I
What kind of
appreciate your
experiments?
humor. Oh, I'm an abjurationist, so mostly experimenting with protective magics of different sorts. You know, things. I've been working on a shield-like spell that increases your ability not to be hit with projectiles, but also retaliates. For military purposes, if the on a bigger scale though, so for ships, if your Hephaestus ever needs to go to war, then that would be a useful thing to have on his fleet to make sure that the ships aren't hit.
Yeah. Go ahead and put Timora's Chosen on the list for one of those too.
Sure, absolutely. He summons a notepad and scribbles that down.
What's that?
A notepad?
Timora's Chosen.
That's the ship you were just
that would
on.
be the ship that we were just on.
Yeah,
It's
that's
hit
his ship.
Tommen's ship. Yeah.
That's your ship?
Yeah.
Oh. Amazing, I never knew that.
all of Hephaestus's ships are named after gods and goddesses of luck and wealth, and like hordes or chosens or things like that. So his is Timora's chosen. There's Varigadane's horde and
Horde.
things like that. Shanair's bounty.
Joaquin's will.
Yeah,
The
it's
Dawn
all.
Chaser.
That's the
Oh,
only one
God.
that isn't, because that one.
Oh,
I
yeah,
think
that
the Dawn
wouldn't be.
Chaser and the other one are both military ships of Dawnport, but all of the
Yeah.
ones that are like trading vessels are all named after like
Dawn
gods
Chaser
of
and
gods
Flying
of.
Cannon are
Yeah.
both military ships.
But the trading vessels are all gods of luck or wealth, and then related words. So it's like
Cool,
basically hoping for money.
Devoid.
Uh,
Can I see you for a moment in the pantry? I want to discuss eggs.
yeah.
Am I free to go, or would you like more conversation with me?
Any
Just
of
to-
these gentlemen can ask any questions that they have.
All right.
They're good.
He
They're
kind of he sits back. He's ready for questioning.
Tell him a story. All
Are
right.
y'all going first?
Yeah, I was gonna let you.
Sure,
guys go
yeah, our
first.
thing's gonna be fast. About the eggs. Okay, I shut the pantry door. Pull out your sending stone. Call Kowalish.
What? Oh, that's sending stone. Right. Yeah. Hey. You gotta. Yeah, hey.
Hello.
Did I wake
Hey.
you?
Um,
I'm in the port outside. We just got back.
Yeah, I know. I just wanted to see how you were doing.
yeah. Anyway, hey. So I can you get a word to my parents who are currently, staying at your residence?
Yeah.
Okay, so they need to know that the
Coralon?
Coralon family is they're like reforming a party and stuff, and apparently they're no longer fugitives, and it's like cool for them to go back home, and the light leaves are probably going to kiss their ass for a while. So yeah, I mean, assuming that they believe all of that information and think that they're safe, they should probably know those things. They can
Okay.
also come here if they want.
Sure. Sounds like a plan.
Okay, thanks then.
Cool.
Bye.
See ya.
That was the Oscarist explanation ever.
And then as we
Look,
walk,
I've gotten very accustomed to going to bed on time, like
right.
8:30, 9 o'clock. So this is my brain winding down.
As we're walking out of the pantry, Devoid is explaining. Yeah, see, is why you have to wash off the smegma from the eggs. Otherwise, it just, yeah. There's some people that like it that way, but all the recipes I know, you normally wash them off. Anyway,
But before that happened,
Right, yeah, I'm trying to timeline.
as soon as they go in, I walk up onto the table, and just kind of sit down, right in front of old Lightleaf, cross-legged.
He's just holding his
wanna
wine,
know.
looking up at you.
I'm gonna pull out my alchemy jug and make some vanilla pudding. So, I mean, just I'm a curious person. I have a few questions if you have the time.
Sure.
I will begin to eat vanilla pudding just with my hand. So,
Dimash hides his
basically
face.
the gist of what you're saying is, Zol Arendel's parents have absolutely nothing to worry about.
they don't need to worry about assassinations, and their character has
yeah.
been restored. I mean,
Everything's all good in the Lightleaf Hood.
they're political figures, so nothing to worry about. Might be strong, but you know, they don't have to worry about being killed on sight, and they're not enemies of the state anymore.
All right. So how long you been here?
My tower was here before the city,
That's
so
cool.
yes,
So you're pretty loyal to the city then.
I consider the Radiant Lord one of my friends.
All right. Yeah. And you know, I mean, like all of us, you know, you'd do anything to protect him, right? I mean,
I'd go through. I would go quite far to protect him. Yes.
and the interests of Dawnport in general.
Yes. Of course.
You ever killed anybody before?
Been a while. Probably not since the war. I mean, probably not since the war.
Okay, cool.
Humanoids, probably not since the war.
Any dark secrets or anything?
Me, personally?
I mean, I don't need to know what they are, you know. We all have our skeletons, just, you know.
I don't think anything life-threatening. I have some embarrassing secrets I'd rather not come out, but... I played with necromancy once. It wasn't fun. I didn't like it very much.
You know, I have a little bit too, actually.
Yeah.
I don't
It's
know
not
how
my
I
cup
feel
of
about
tea.
it. Like, I found a couple of aspects fun, but the stigma is the worst part. Like, you
Yeah.
can't fucking go anywhere without people making a big deal about it.
Well, corpses aren't exactly the most acceptable in public, I suppose. Skeletons are more preferable to zombies. People prefer, like, a skeleton walking around than a zombie. I've found that. I think the rotting
Yeah.
flesh might be a problem for some people.
I mean, I never found myself with the time to wait for him to become a skeleton, if you catch my drift.
Fire!
Oh, that's not a bad idea, actually, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's all I had. You know, just, you pass.
Cool. Do you do that often? The prestidigitation trick with the mayonnaise?
Every once in a while, it's good. You want to try some?
I'll pass for now. You should definitely make sure to balance that out, though, because the mayonnaise may do some funky things in your stomach if you're not careful.
I mean, I get a mad case of the farts every once in a while.
Yeah, that's...
But, you know.
You can just balance it out with, like, a couple other foodstuffs. Like,
Lettuce?
yeah.
Yeah.
I'll
I'll take that under advisement.
When I was doing the whole adventuring thing, I won't lie, I did have to sustain myself that way. God, the Underdark is horrible. Yeah, no, there's a few dried fruits and things that you can keep on you as rations, and then if you just have a couple of those with your pudding meal, then it'll all blow over.
Yeah. Hey, wait a minute. I just thought of something else, too.
Oh?
What are your views on the Underhaven? I mean, if you've been here since for the city, you gotta know something, right?
Took you a while to get there, didn't it?
What do you want to know?
Is it real?
Yes and no. It's not.
So is it?
It's not like a underground market of black market deals, but there is a criminal network that calls itself the Underhaven that lives beneath the city that smuggles goods and things. I'm well aware of it, as is
You
the
have any-
Radiant Lord.
You have any contacts in it?
I do know one or two people. They keep me tipped off on if any of the arcane practitioners within the city are doing anything unsavory.
Okay, good. Yeah.
Yeah, we just
I like to be in the know on things, and in case need should ever arise. It's always good to
I would
know
agree
who
with
to
that.
call for who to call.
Sure. Here, you have a lot of contacts. Why don't you add me to your list? And he pulls out a sending stone.
I will snatch it happily and stuff it right in my glamour weave coat.
You're a funny little guy. Give a call anytime. At about this point, you two exit the...
Yeah, I don't think these
Covered.
conversations were really equal. It seemed like that one went on for
No.
way longer than we were in talking about eggs.
We talk very fast.
No.
Fair.
I mean, we did say a lot of haze.
All those questions were rapid
just
fire,
fill
one
the
after
rest
another.
of that. Hey.
Any other questions, anyone? At all?
I feel like I'm watching a porno here. Tell me that's not the case. Pointing at Tommen sitting on the table and lounging elf.
Right, that's what I was at the comment on.
Not into halflings, no offense.
Do you have any cool animal jewelry?
My husband has a wolf pendant that summons a real wolf.
Oh no, I mean like jewelry for animals.
Oh,
Wait.
Right?
You said it summons a wolf.
yes. I'm not giving it to you. It's my husband. It was our 20th wedding anniversary gift.
Oh no, that's fine.
Congratulations.
He gave me an idea, I think.
Thank you. That was about 2 centuries ago. A dog has a bejeweled collar.
Can't you just use, like, humanoid, regular jewelry? I mean,
He's already wearing a human jewelry.
oh, right.
Yeah. If you see anything cool that would look like, cool on a badass bear,
Oh, yes.
just let me know.
Well, yes, if you have any magical jewelry, it should resize, but I'll let you know if I see anything that might, freak out your bear.
Yeah, he's got a cool sun necklace now. I'm sure you've noticed.
Mm-hmm.
But he's a good boy. He deserves some bling.
Yeah, we'll let you know if I see anything. In any case, I will skedaddle. Oh, and you have someone contracted to make a circle on your roof, don't you?
Yeah, we do.
I'll see if I can speed that up.
That would be much appreciated.
Get that fully functioning. If I have a few. I know it's a little distasteful. I do run the prison here for mages who have misused their power. There's a few that are on probation. I can have them over, heavily supervised, don't you worry, to try to show that they are ready to re-enter society, and perhaps we can get that done in the next month or so.
Huh.
Sounds great.
If they need work, go check here. Over in
I'm gonna try and look at that
That was perfect
nonchalantly.
because that you scratching your hand actually sounded like you writing it on a piece of paper.
it's over in where is it? I forget where.
Shrine Haven.
Yes, that one.
It's just the name of the soup kitchen.
Okay. And
Oh.
I would know it to be the soup kitchen.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
If they need any work, because it's hard. You're incarcerated,
Yeah.
and then it's hard to get a job. I'm sure.
I will certainly forward that information on some of our probation officers. Well, it has been genuinely a pleasure. This has been quite fun. Hopefully, we will have more amiable conversations in the future. Ciao. And he snaps his fingers and he's gone. He left the bottle of wine.
All right, that was
I'll take that bottle of wine.
It's a
gonna
really nice
reflect-
elven red.
I'm gonna reflect deeply on what he said about the far realm, and try and picture where and how people would be doing things in the far realm.
Wait, did he even say anything about the circle? Wasn't that?
Yeah,
Oh, I don't
that was
remember.
the first half of the conversation.
I don't remember.
He meant, so basically the circle, the Lightleafs didn't have like a very close relationship with the circle. It was like they hired them as contractors basically to try to get some items that they wanted to try to get Arundel's parents back to the prime material plane, but they kept fucking up because you guys kept taking their shit. So as a last ditch, they were going to try to get the sword. But Arundel attuned to it, and at that point, the heads of the Lightleaf family were like, okay, we're done. There's no, like, because it's like, what's at the point in which the weapon that rarely even chooses to let anyone attune to it finally finds a new person to attune to, and it's the daughter of these people you've tried to demonize for like ages, you just give up.
Yeah.
There's just no, you know what, like that the best way forward is just to try to get those people to fucking like you, because you're not going to be able to steal that power from them.
Yeah.
So that's where they are now, and the Circle of Chaos, he had figured out, based on what information he was given, that they were trying to open holes in the crystal sphere that surrounds the world of Ionia to allow beings from outside in. That was his thought on what elven high magic they were trying to cast. So you're trying to ruminate on the far realm.
Mm-hmm.
What in particular are you trying to figure out? How someone would become influenced?
Well, I'm trying to think if, without knowing that they don't have all of the things that they wanted to complete their goal thus far, I'm thinking about if there's any way that they could still be interacting in any capacity with the far realm.
Oh yeah. You don't need a roll to figure out that, yeah, they can still be interacting with the far realm.
Moving back and forth.
Okay, now make an intelligence check at advantage.
That first one's gonna be great. Let's see if I can. Okay, second one was shit. Intelligence, straight intelligence. So that's.
Are you proficient in history?
No.
Okay, then yeah, just make an intelligence.
Yeah, so that's a.
Or Arcana,
22.
actually.
Oh, Arcana is still 22.
Okay. Yeah, I figured you weren't proficient in either of those, so there's no point in having you roll for something specific. 22. So, you know that not a lot of beings can move between the far realm and the prime and other planes without being affected in some way. The far realm is a chaos of a corrupting nature, but the fact that their leader was said to not quite be human anymore, or of this world anymore, rather, suggests that perhaps they have been doing some moving between.
At the very least, he
has
maybe crossed.
Yes. You do know from what you've seen of other members of the Circle of Chaos that you've fought that they have shown signs of that corruption, summoning the tentacle arm, for example. They are. It's easy to stay in contact with the Far Realm if you've been affected by it because it borders directly on the Plane of Dreams, something that Arindil would remember from her brief escapade there. And yeah, so and kind of positing whether or not they would still feel like this is a goal that they're working towards, sort of thing. You had read the entire book of that madman, and while you didn't get much information from his ramblings in particular, you know that when you reach that kind of level of crazy, you're not necessarily looking at situations in like a super rational way. They are affected by something out there, and they are very much interested in moving forward with that goal. So yeah, they, despite the situation they're in where they have one artifact, no one to make them the pickaxe they need, and they don't have access to the rituals that they need, they probably are still working to try to do what they are supposed to. Just not out of stupidity, just out of sheer determination and not really looking at the world in the same way. And as you're ruminating on that, we are going to take a quick break because I really need to use the restroom. Welcome back. So, Johannes just zooped out of there. The ships, for the moment, seem not to be a problem.
What time is it in universe?
Let's see. You went out at like dawn. You came back probably by like 9, so it's like 10 a.m.
Hey, Devoid.
Yeah.
Now that the big secret is out about your soup kitchen, like, what is that thing?
What? It's not mine. Like, I'm kind of a, I don't know what, I guess investor, I don't know. I get special privileges, like, huh? What? Yeah, that's why I needed that money, remember?
Oh, no, he currently knows if you're telling any lies.
Yeah. I'm not lying. None of this is a lie. How does it consider half-truths? Or not full truths, rather? Nothing I said just then was a lie, but it wasn't necessarily the full truth.
One moment.
Okay. But yeah, I just I invested in it, and now it basically runs itself.
One sec. Technically, you know if you hear a lie.
So
that would all ring is
true, because he has not said anything false.
Okay.
That is how it is worded.
Does it do
If you say anything false, he knows.
Right.
So I mean, like, how'd you come about doing that?
I bought property and turned it, and we turned it into a soup kitchen.
Well, no, but I mean, like, you got any like goals for it or anything?
To grow, yeah. I mean, what?
So you're just I mean, I don't mean to pry. It's just
Yeah.
I wouldn't have figured you for a soup kitchen guy.
I mean, have you heard him
I
talk
wouldn't have
about
figured you
eggs?
for a poet.
Can y'all stop rhyming?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, no, like I forget how long ago did I read that book, the Gordon Ramsay book? Like, you know,
In universe,
like,
like a week ago, maybe 2.
yeah. I don't know, I think it was more than
so
that.
you
but-
you have an interest in like helping the downtrodden and needy.
Well, I get some things in return, sure. It's a when you have nothing to lose, you know, you're willing to give up some things, you know, to do some little things.
What can a poor man give you?
Oh, quite a bit.
I think, like, have you not gone beyond what you would actually know at this point?
What do you mean?
He lived.
Why would you sit and just grill Devoid for?
Yeah, a little bit. It is kind of weird, yeah, but
I've been doing
kitchen.
but
I've been doing that the whole day. I know what I have in my head, but no, I mean it's odd for Devoid to own a soup kitchen.
a co-owner. It's a co-op. Like no one really owns it.
I
you
mean,
know?
I kind of see it the same as I do Beaverman. Like it's just his latest obsession.
It's just weird, is all I'm saying.
Oh, all right. I guess.
I'm gonna pull out the sending stone.
Which sending stone, man?
The only
I've
one
given
that I
you
have.
1,000. No, you have.
I have a
You should have-
coin and a stone.
Oh yeah. So the sending stone that you were just given.
Yes.
What coin do you have?
A coin to somebody in Arinsula.
It's to Lysander Shatterscale.
Yeah, that's who it is.
The big J. Jonah Jameson motherfucker who's like anti-religion.
Anyway, yeah, sending stones out. Hey, friend.
Hello.
Don't mean to be calling you so soon, but I have a question.
Sure.
That something just popped into my head erroneously, not related to anything else. Do you know where we could get a Naga heart?
Let's see.
Probably from a Naga.
Yeah, you'll.
Preferably without having to hunt one?
That might be difficult. Nagas have a particular skill for coming back from the dead. So,
Well,
unfortunately, I think the easiest way would be to kill one. There is one that I know of. That would help.
that would be excellent.
All right. There is a corrupted Naga, so I wouldn't feel too bad about killing it. It's not a good Naga. Many Naga are good, but this is a corrupted one. In the underneath the city of X notes.
You're shuffling
This is
through
an-
paper over the
Uh,
sending stone.
No, this is Connor forgetting where the fuck this adventure takes place. In the city of Orlane in Ustralong, near Escapool, quite close to where the city of Midpoint used to be.
Okay. Yeah, that helps. That's just one iron in the fire out of many.
All right,
Yeah. Thanks, friend.
no problemo.
All right. Well, I guess we know where to get a Naga heart now. I don't know what made me think of that. I was just thinking about that conversation. Do y'all remember, like, way back a couple months back we had, and somebody mentioned an Naga heart, and I
What is
just
she doing?
figured we should probably get that going.
Do we have any gold in the house? Looking for gold.
What kind of gold?
What kind of gold is there? It's fucking gold.
What I mean, like
gold
gold,
coins or just gold?
right? Yeah, gold pieces.
I want to hammer it. Actually, give me some coins. Give
Oh.
me some coins.
No. I mean, if you're
got
just
about
gonna
an
hammer
ounce?
it,
I need a couple
let me-
ounces.
I'm fresh
let me
out.
look in my stuff.
I think Rourke's slowly becoming the Cheddar Travels version of the character that he played.
If you still can't see myself in talks, try clicking on myself in talks.
Me?
Say that
I'm-
in an
I'm
accent.
Why did you say that with a
Because brain bad.
but yeah,
So that worked. Thank you. Thank
yeah,
you.
Discord
Thank you,
only
sir.
refreshes
Okay.
cameras when it's active. It's kind of weird. Did-
Yeah. So,
Oh, I didn't even see that.
you want to hammer some gold?
I need some coins.
Okay.
Are gold coins more valuable than like bulk gold? Someone would know this, being in trade.
A little, but not like significantly.
I imagine because they're minted.
Yeah, but it's not like
Nah, I'm gonna go buy gold.
okay.
You're
Oh,
gonna
I'll go
buy
buy you
gold
some
with
gold.
You're buying gold with the gold?
Yes, it's a better deal. You wouldn't understand.
As
This
long as
entire-
it's gold.
But
As long
ever
as you
since
don't use a toonie.
ever since he left, I imagine you're still sitting on the
Oh yeah, I didn't get up.
yeah. You're like grilling me about owning a goddamn soup kitchen, while just like
Just on the table.
fucking gulping mayonnaise.
Vanilla pudding.
Vanilla mayonnaise.
So
All right, I'm gonna go on a shopping run real quick.
a pound of gold is 50 gold pieces, which is a slight discount on how much material 50 gold pieces would net
Alright.
you.
What do you need?
Anybody else coming?
I can go for a walk.
He wants to use golds for smithing because it's better at magic. He knows
Alright.
that.
Fox and I are heading for gold.
Okay. There is one dwarven trading ship still in the harbor. They normally would have set up at Gorehaven, but because of the they have not. So you meet with them and you're able to buy how much gold you need, basically. How much are you buying?
It was 50 a pound.
50 per pound.
All right, let me see. I'll do 10 pounds.
Okay. So 500 gold.
And then I will pay with platinum, so that's divided by 10.
50 gold.
So yeah,
Or 50.
50 platinum. I will pay with 50 platinum.
Already. Easy enough. And yeah, anything else you want to get while you're out?
Why do you think it is that you're the only one who ever wants to go anywhere with me, Shamash?
I don't know. You're a cool guy.
I'm kind of starting to get a complex about it.
No, it's just
Hey, you want to do
Blushes
something
into
fun
wordless.
while we're out?
what do you call fun?
I don't know. Never really taken the time for like leisure activities.
Y'all are going to do leisure activities while the rest of the city cowers in fear from the massive
Yeah.
fleet outside of the city.
I mean, this is the exact conversation Tommen would have. Like, just no fucks.
You don't know this, but I haven't done sending to the crew, the house crew, yet, because I don't have sending prepared still. So
Oh yeah, I'm keeping track of that. He's probably gonna start getting suspicious around nightfall.
I mean, yeah, we should, but also, when's the world not blowing up?
Do we not know how to have fun? Have you ever done anything just for fun?
Well, we did have that week off, and I went to the open mic.
Yeah, let's go do that.
Yeah.
Well, wait a minute.
Do we have time? We probably don't have time right now.
Well, it's like 9:30. Is there an open mic right now?
Maybe
What day of the week is it?
Well, there might be one in Bannerhaven in the temple to Citrod, because they're always drunk there.
Fair. I'll look completely out of place there.
Let me just check what the name of that temple is.
Good.
In my world, I can't fucking remember. Wrong map. World. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Haven't I sent this map before? There it is.
Anyway, I mean, it's not
Festivig.
super Festivig. Yeah, I mean, we can time skip that part, but we go to Festivig for a couple hours.
Yeah, despite the general unrest in the rest of the city, Festivig is actually still doing okay because, temple to the god of the party. They're partying like it's the end of the world.
Fair.
Yeah. I have a few drinks.
I'm sure Oscar's getting mighty impatient back at home.
Let's not tell him that we went for drinks.
Yeah, probably.
Or
Probably
you
not.
drinks.
Well,
Bigger
they
drinks.
spent time out at some point or another. Meepo came back. You heard first Cal start digging in the backyard, and then Meepo walked in through the back door, made himself some tea. He's just kind of hanging out. What are the rest of you doing? Well, you await the return.
Probably at this point on my 4th alchemy jug of ale.
He's got his ale anyway.
At what point does a dwarf pass out from ale?
With your constitution, not soon.
Wow.
What are you doing, Arindel?
Booby and I have both gone to the meditation room.
Solid. And Devoid,
What?
what are you up to?
I don't know. I was just kind of like looking at the wall, probably. Sunglasses on.
In power
Alrighty.
armor?
No, I got out of that. It's like taking off your shoes at the door.
Except you get out of it and it's a little bit warmer outside of it because it's got temperature control systems on the inside. It's an air conditioned suit.
Nice. Yeah, it's probably stare at a wall a little bit, and then what was that thing I wanted to do? With is a fucking guy still here? Qualish? Yeah.
Wallace is still in the city.
Hey, you got.
Fucking guy.
Hey, what's up?
You go, hey, how's it going?
Is any update on the you know?
Glasses? I started 3 days ago, and 1 day of which here. I'm working on them.
No, the fleet.
They have moved out of the way ever so slightly, but are still visible on the horizon.
Yeah. I don't know. Militant atheism doesn't really strike me as a. I don't know.
Yeah, they're a little weird.
Well, I don't know about that, but well, anyway. All right.
Cool.
Oh,
I will let you know when the glasses are done, don't you worry.
oh, all right.
I expect they'll be done in about a week.
Oh.
And then eventually Tomand and Shamash return with 10 pounds of gold that no one was stupid enough to try to rob from them because they look like adventurers. When you see one guy who's got like just a hilt of a sword hanging on his belt and another guy who's wearing a coat that looks like it's made of the ocean, you're like, okay, yeah, these guys might be business.
Well,
We're gonna stand to the side.
all it takes is an arrow to a knee to take down an adventurer. Everyone knows this.
Right.
They're both also wearing knee pads. It's an essential part of the adventurer's get-up is knee pads.
I will go find Oscar and throw his 10 pounds of gold down at him.
Oscar will stare at it in confusion for a few moments before light bulb goes off epiphany face.
Already.
Epiphany.
And what is it you're going to attempt to smelt from this gold?
I am going to... a little choked up about it. I'm gonna... let's say... a ring of summoning. I forget what I wanted to summon with it, but summoning something.
Okay, sure. Are you going to put any particular creature essence into this at all, or just gonna go for it?
We do have a dragon living in the
Holy
backyard.
shit.
Yes! I'm gonna use that as inspiration.
Okay. So you're gonna try to get like a shed scale or something from Cal?
Yeah, I'm just gonna go start digging by her feet.
Yeah, you're able to get like a scale. She looks confused. Okay, so make me a smithing check before bedtime.
I feel like I've been using rage wrong, though, because you... Second.
You have advantage on strength-based checks while raging.
Yeah, I haven't been using the advantage part.
That's the only benefit.
Oh! An idiot. That will be a 27.
Okay, you have the base of the ring done. Tomorrow you will have to design the actual filigree and things that cause the summoning to happen, so that may be an intelligence check. But first, you all must sleep.
Oh, I wanted one other thing while he was
Sure.
forging. I've never used my proficiency with navigator's tools because I haven't really needed it. But now, knowing a rough estimate of where Corin was,
Mm-hmm.
I want to kind of pore over some maps of the general ocean layout there and see if I can figure out with any ballpark accuracy where a hidden island could be.
Oh, Well, looking at a map of the world, um, there's there's the big continent, then there's a large ocean that has nothing in it to the uh, southwest. There, based on roughly where um, your the Codex Vindic said he was, it would have been. Do you see? You're looking at the map right now.
Yeah.
The island on the top right, it would be mirrored. It would be around mirrored where the island on the top right. So like if you mirror top to bottom.
Oh, okay. So not anywhere near
Oh,
as
so
far
that's
as the
southeast.
small 4 in the corner then.
No, not really.
Okay.
You do know that the ocean there is very frozen, and ships avoid it because there's nothing really to gain by going in that area.
Okay.
Generally, ships avoid going west from that coast anyway. They just either follow the coast north or follow the coast south. Essentially, they just they prefer to follow the coastlines than to go out into open waters anyway.
Yeah.
Especially since all of that like gray area on the map, that's uninhabited basically. That island in the top right is uninhabited. The next island over is the Deathless Archive, which very few ships bother going to anyway. And then the next island over from that, it hasn't, as far as most people are concerned, it hasn't been inhabited in a while, and the last inhabitants were crime lords, the Viceroy family specifically. So there's not a lot of reason to go
into open.
into open water when you could stay safe and go along the coast, especially because it's relative peace at the moment, so there had been no reason to avoid particular nations.
Yeah. I just wanted to get a general feel, and I'll probably,
You don't
scribe
know
something down.
You don't know the exact size that this island would be.
Yeah,
but
general location.
Yeah, you know that generally it would be in that bottom right corner, but it wouldn't necessarily be as far away from the coast as you might be expecting. But it is in waters that are poorly traveled, and no one really felt the need to, because what were you going to find if you found an island in that area? Like Yetis?
Right.
Like, fuck it. So you all eventually bed down. And sleep takes you all. The only thing of note that happens in dreams, a few things of note happen technically. Hammond, you don't have a full-on conversation with the Rumbringer as you've had in previous nights, but you do have a sort of a glimpse and a pat on the back for a job well done today of having some fun, getting some drink. Oscar, you have a dream of an unfamiliar dwarf, though you do sort of recognize their figure. A tall, for a dwarf, bearded, black-bearded man wearing beautiful golden armor. And you just watch as he watches you smith. You can just see him looming over you as you work on your pieces. Arundel, you obviously don't have dreams of normal sense, but in your dreams, or trance rather, you do feel almost a minor presence from your sword, just a warm sensation. Devoid. The skeleton is still there, looking at you, getting ever closer. Shamash, you have normal ass dreams. And you all wake up.
I mean, I switched out, I forget what I switched out for it, but, it's ascending, and then I send a short 25 word or less, yeah, okay, to Tommen's, betrothed. Hey. You can come back to the place. The house. Yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
that's good.
I thought sending was only one way. I don't remember.
I can respond.
Oh. 5%
And
chance the
since
message
she's not
doesn't
very-
arrive.
Only if you're sending it from another existence.
Oh, right.
She doesn't really understand how the message works, so you do hear, like, a couple seconds later, she's like, yeah, the dwarf said the weird one said that we could, come back. So, I guess we'll come back now. And, yep. Eventually the replies end after she reaches 25 words.
Damn it, I should have opened that with... Woo! That's not really a word, but it would have been funny.
Sending is a dangerous spell. We've learned this through Critical Role Campaign 2. One of the characters in that has sending, and Frank calls the weirdest characters. Like, they met this one pirate king who they pissed off, and then she's just like, you know what, I'm gonna send him a message randomly in the middle of nowhere. Just ask him how he's doing. Shit like that. It's just like, oh my fucking lord. Stop terrorizing these poor people. But yeah, no, the rest of the day is yours. Do with what you wish. Oscar, you need to make an intelligence check to design.
Oh shit! I'm out of charges.
You could kill a rat or something.
Zero.
You have sensation of like a brain freeze almost as you're like looking at the ring. You're not really sure what to do. Get it to be specifically a summoning ring.
Over the night, I would have switched out angelic languages for reserve.
Okay. If you'd like to just say fuck it and you've got a ring and you want to just make it a magic ring that's not specifically a summoning ring, you haven't ruined it by failing that check. You're just not going to be able to make it a summoning ring without an intelligence check.
Am I able to make another intelligence check, or is my brain fart like the metal cooling down?
More like brain diarrhea, yeah.
You're going to have to, if you make another intelligence check at this point, it would be a disadvantage. If you want to leave it for a while and then come back to it, you could make it normally. But
magic item.
Okay. Are you still integrating the white dragon scale?
Yes.
Okay.
I kind of hammered it already.
Sure.
Uh, 31.
Jesus. Okay. So, gold ring, way above the numbers you needed. This is from a young white dragon. All right, so this ring has 3 properties. While wearing it, and attuned is an attunement item. You are immune to cold damage. And once per dawn, you can exhale a breath weapon attack that deals 5d8 cold damage on a DC 15 Constitution saving throw. And lastly, you can activate it once per day to allow you to gain a burrowing speed of 20 feet. White dragons burrow.
I'm here.
They burrow into like dirt, I imagine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's how the burrowing. I think you can only burrow into softer materials generally.
I'm gonna burrow into solid steel.
Yeah. So this is the ring of the young white dragon. Unfortunately, it doesn't summon a dragon, but it still does cool shit.
What about something that turns you into a dragon? Oscar muses.
That is possible. But yeah, what are the rest of y'all doing? As Oscar's hammering away at his forge, you can hear some swearing at one point, and then
Practicing
he starts
music.
hammering again. You're just listening.
I'm plotting a
Practicing.
course to the Naga.
Okay.
Closest teleportation circle, and then from
Um,
there.
So the closest teleportation circle that you currently have access to would be... Did you have one for Saint Nissa?
Yep.
Yeah, that might be it. You might be able to get one for Escapole. If you were to ask. But Saint Nissa and that...
Would I just go to...
You could go to your new Archmage friend, or you could go to the Radiant Lord or something.
Oh, I'll use my Archmage friend.
Yeah, sure. He'd share one with you. He's got one.
And what was that place called again?
Escapole. Escapool. It's a small city right next to the capital of Ustralong, Radiant Beauty. And it is quite nearby to Orlane. It'd be about a day's journey from there.
Okay. Yeah, I'll
If you
I'll
see where
spend-
the mountain is, the big mountain in the middle of nowhere on the map,
Yeah.
it's like an inch worth of that when you're zoomed in.
Okay. Yeah, I'll spend the day talking to my buddy and plotting a course with navigator's tools.
Really trying
I'm
to
just
get
gonna
used
start-
to those proficiencies.
Yeah, I'm just gonna start using those all the time. Like, I haven't used them once.
Already. Anyone else doing anything interesting for today, or shall we skip to Naga time?
How much gold did I use for that ring? That couldn't have been a pound.
No, it's probably about half a pound. Although, of note, in purifying the gold, because it is ore, you'd lose about 10 total pounds of material. Or not 10 total. Well, you bought 10 pounds. Yeah, a pound total of material. So it'd be you technically would only have 9 pounds of pure gold, and it probably would have used about half a pound.
8.5 pounds remaining.
Let me think. What do I have on me? Do I have everything on me? What does that steel knife set do again? I forget. The Demon Damascus steel knife kit. I forget what it does.
Those try and kill people who use
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
Right. I kind of want to swim out to the ships.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay. Any particular ship? They are farther out than previously.
No.
Okay, so you swim up aboard one of the ships and
I
they
guess
look at you.
I get the closest one, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. They look at you a little confused. Hello there.
I want to learn your ways.
Okay.
You claim that you can live without gods, yes?
Yes.
But aren't gods facsimiles of the people who worship them? So the real power is in the people who worship them, no?
Exactly, which is why we are trying to move their focus of worship from the gods to themselves, to self-empower, rather than empower beings of frankly unstable personality and terrifying power. If each person empowers themselves, then we would be safer.
Maybe safer. But isn't the real power of a god come from the collection of all those people? I mean, if somebody just believes in themselves, that's good. It's just one person, though. No?
The Dracon Shell have taught us how to build this power to the point where it is useful. See? And he'll open his hand and fire will appear within it. This is from just worship of the self, not from special blood or study. I'm drawing upon my own power. And you can see there, as a cleric, there are elements of the way that they cast spells that is similar to what you do, but there are elements that are different, and it's all sort of odd and weird.
Right.
Is that all?
No.
You're dressed very funny.
Oh. Well. If you learn to not really care what people think, you gain a level of freedom that, well.
You would do quite well with our teachings.
Yeah, that's why I'm here.
You would be one of the more powerful ones. I think you are very self-confident.
Something like that.
Would you like to try to learn?
Yeah, you have like a pamphlet, or how's this work?
He'll sit you down and have you kind of guide you through almost a meditative type thing, and start telling you to like focus on your inner self and crap like that, and make a wisdom check essentially.
Yeah, I was sort of meditating, just kind of sitting down. Would he notice if I grab a hold of the rod of alertness? I have to be holding it for it to be effective, right?
Yeah, you could just put your hand in your satchel and hold it.
All right. It gives me advantage on wisdom checks. Okay. 20. Wait a minute.
20
Four.
what?
I almost said
24?
26. Wrong math, idiot.
You can feel this kind of inner well of power that they were describing, and you can feel it being siphoned off in two different sources. You can feel one weaker, much weaker, going towards your former dwarven pantheon, and then a much stronger source that it's less like it's siphoning and more like it's tied to this other entity. And you can see both of those in your mind's eye almost, as he's kind of describing what you should be sensing, and you're not quite sensing exactly what he's saying because you're a little special, but you are sensing in general what he's describing, and he's saying, and try to draw that well of power when you're searching to do your spells instead of this other well you are tied to. And the grip will loosen over time. And then you can just power your own magic without external influence. Be your own master of your own destiny.
Right. You don't like the gods because they're oppressive?
Yes.
You're
The
coming,
Draken Shell taught us.
but you're coming into various ports with from the people of that port, seemingly ill intent.
No, we just wish to teach them. The gods tell lies. Sometimes they require a little bit of loosening.
Hmm. All right. Just kind of. All right. Well, he as he's kind of walking up to the edge of the ship, standing right on the railway, I guess, or the thing it's called.
Yeah.
I'll well, okay. I might be back. I probably will.
All right.
Then he trips on his own footing and falls into the water.
Ah, well.
All right.
You watched Pirates of the Caribbean last night, didn't you?
No. Yeah, I'll head back to the house.
Okay. If there's anything else anyone would like to do. Okay.
Wasn't Dano doing something?
He's
Or-
been charting. He spent the day charting a course
Oh, right.
to where you're going next. And then night comes.
Oscar's gonna offer this ring to Meepo.
Oh. Thanks. That's really cool. Thanks, buddy.
Oscar's panicked, wondering if it fits his finger.
It resizes to fit his finger as he attunes. Cool.
Oscar panics anyway.
Like
That should be 3.
I imagine it says on the inside, like made by Oscar age. How old are you?
Or 12, I want to say.
Yeah, on the inside of the ring.
What am I? Where the hell did I put my age?
And that's in character. You don't even know your own age.
That's a good point. Is there like a line on the door frame in the same place every year,
Yeah.
and he just keeps like scratching out?
It's actually been getting shorter.
Right. He's slouching more. Yeah.
It was the same place for like 3 centuries, and then it's now getting lower again. But night is mostly uneventful, And when the morning comes, are you going to head on this Naga thing, or is there any other threads you wish to do while you are still in Dawnport? Of note, by the way, your staff got back safe and sound by the end of yesterday. Also of note, Shamash, today you would have been contacted by Stefani, who was letting you know that the Godless fleet made it to Arinsula's port. And things are working out pretty fine there, because if you remember the document I sent you about Arinsula, they're already pretty not into the whole gods thing, so like it's not like they're not
True.
they don't like their method of big fleet of ships show up and want to force their beliefs on everyone else, but they're not offended by the very existence of them. They're like, okay, we see where you're coming from. You're doing it a little wrong, but
Yeah.
Wait.
like there's no war or anything.
Flying City ships.
Yeah, when you guys first went there, you went on a ship, on a
Yeah.
sailing ship. There is a one island
Yeah.
underneath the city that they use for
That's how we-
seaports.
Yeah.
And then everything else,
to the rest
and
of
then
the
you
city.
can fly up to the rest of the city. So they have not been allowed into the main city yet, but there is no conflict at the moment.
And there's like some shops down there too.
Yeah, there's a couple of smaller shops down there. They have not been allowed into the city proper, but there's no war like in Lorania, which has been waging for the last few days.
Anything before we leave on
Flow
this thing?
into this.
You're saying,
Oh.
right?
Well, flow into the city has increased again, and there are people in all of the Agor Haven has gotten bustly again, and there are people coming back in pretty regularly. Ships are able to leave and come as they please. Seems like everyone for the most part is keeping to their word. You can still see there are some Dawnport military ships keeping a close eye. Their ships are obviously all still there, but for the most part, things are relatively even. What were you saying, Beaver?
Arundel. I see you've been down the past few days. Did you know that Shrina is coming up?
What?
You know, what's the name of Christmas in this universe?
Vintavel.
Yes, it's like a week and a half away.
It is tomorrow. It starts tomorrow. It is a week-long celebration.
Oh, I guess I hadn't really thought about it.
Yeah.
Kind of been chilling with Rika, Booby.
Have you been smoking toad skins? Are you okay?
No, I'm just really tired. Hi, it's me, Lindsay. I'm so tired tonight.
It's okay. We'll be
It's
wrapping
me,
up
Lindsay.
soon.
It's hard to be.
We'll be wrapping up
no,
soon.
I'm
Don't
just
you worry.
I'm very
Irrational emotional breakdown.
I'm very in the zone with my meditation, and I have the animals around me, and I'm just
Princess.
very zen.
Oh, maybe.
So you have been smoking the toads.
Yeah. Maybe while we're gone, we could get the crew
Or
to.
just cannabis, which exists.
Figure that wouldn't.
Not
That wouldn't be exotic.
Meditations.
Figure that wouldn't be exotic enough in this world.
Also, I've been hitting the wine that Johannes left.
Oh, right.
A little bit, you know.
Good shit, huh?
Yeah, it was a
That's
really nice,
really good shit.
really nice bottle of wine.
Maybe
man.
while we're gone, we can get the crew to. Is decoration for this festival a thing normally?
Yeah.
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 All right. Yeah, that.
Christmassy decorations.
Yeah, sure. We can do a Secret Santa if you want.
I'll note Santa exists in this world, so
Oh,
like,
good.
Even
yeah,
even
he's
better.
the minor god of joy.
We can do a Secret Santa or thing if you want. Pretty sure Oscar's gonna give the best gift though, so
I don't know.
I'd be okay with that, says Meepo, walking into the room.
Cool. Thanks, Mifo.
No problem.
She snuggles back up next to Booby and pulls in Rika. And did you kill Perry or Jerry? I think you killed Jerry. Pulls in Perry.
No, there are 3 dogs now.
Yeah.
There's Harry, and Jerry.
Okay, I have Perry and Harry notated.
Jerry
I don't know
was alive too. Another one died.
Oh,
Yeah, because Harry was random dog you picked up.
okay.
The other 2 are mastiffs. Reich is the cat.
This
Terry
is
and Jerry. Terry was the one that died.
Okay, so I have. No, Jerry did die. I've got Perry and Harry.
I think you named another one.
I
Jerry.
have Jerry.
Okay, I have Perry, Harry, Rika, and Booby all around me.
and it's all this
And
is
I
all
mean,
happening
you
near.
probably have Jerry too. He's been fucking following
Okay,
you
fine. I
everywhere
have
anyway.
Perry, Jerry, Harry, Rika, and Booby. I just kind of snuggled up and we finish our conversation and I just kind of fold myself back into the mix of animals. And I say, okay, I'm gonna keep meditating now.
This is also she's near a window, so you can just see both the horses outside as well.
She goes to sleep as she says, well, I don't sleep. She falls into a trance as she says she's going to meditate.
Hammond would have been sitting cross-legged in the grand entryway with a ready drawn teleportation circle. Just sitting,
Okay.
chilling. Probably, actually, you know what? With Mr. Broom.
Just friggin' vibing, bro.
Letting him do his thing.
Mr. Broom is going to start rooting around in your pockets and get a deck of cards and start playing Go Fish with you.
That's
That's a game I haven't played in a while.
And I'm gonna win a lot because that's my rigged deck of cards.
Yes.
Wait, can you describe how the room is playing?
yeah. I'm trying to think how, like, I guess using the bristles of the broom.
No, it's
head.
Haven't y'all ever seen
It
that
has
Mickey
little
Mouse
splinter
thing?
arms.
Oh right.
It has little splinter arms. It doesn't really have eyes, can see,
I didn't need them.
and it can't talk. So I guess it taps the ground for Go Fish.
Previously, you did establish that it can creak, so you can have some kind of communication with that.
Yeah, but it can't say numbers. It can form one of its arms into the shape of numbers.
Oh, that's good.
How about that? Eventually, the crew has gotten together and transports to the city of Escapole. I'll describe it, and then we will pick up next week. Escapole is a beautiful city surrounded by massive obsidian walls. A once fully realized lake bed now sits empty, and a stone pathway has been created around it, where it now acts as a somewhat makeshift airship dock. The vast majority of the trade in this city is sort of the leftovers from Radiant Beauty, which is visible on the horizon. A towering city full of castles and beautiful structures, though oddly domineering. The fog does not seem to penetrate the obsidian walls, which stand nearly 20 feet tall. And as you step out of the transportation circle, the first thing you see on the other side is a particularly pale man in a black suit preparing to welcome you. And that's where we'll end off tonight's game. Thank you all. Have a good night.